Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as you can see from the thumbnail, I'm going to be creating some Milky flower nails, and it's actually my first time ever attempting this design. I'm pretty sure this is my first time ever, so I'm really excited to get into it and see how it turns out. Obviously, I already know how it turns out, but it is my first time, and I did go through a little bit of struggle with them. So the first thing I wanted to say is that I do already have my nail tips on my stand, and I did already buff them. I like to buff my nail tips before I go in with base coat gel. I just use the Beetles base coat gel. You can use any that you would like. You can use a rubber base if you want a thicker one, whatever you would like. But by the time I'm done with designs like these, the nails are super thick and feel literally as strong as acrylic, so I feel like I don't need any rubber base or builder gel or anything like that, or acrylic, of course. Just the regular methods that I use are perfect, and the nails end up being super strong. Another thing I wanted to say is that the customer did request a more tapered square look, so I did make some regular square nails for her before, and she does have a little bit of larger nail beds. Like, my nail beds are around the same size, and I noticed that whenever you go up a size on nail beds for press-on nails, the square nail tips could end up being very wide. Not very wide, like as wide as they normally should be, but some people prefer more of a tapered look, which is also what I prefer on my nails. I love coffin nails. Like, they're out of style. This is why I don't do them, but if you guys have been on my channel for a long time, you guys will know that I used to do coffin nails on myself a lot way back then when I started my channel, because I love the way tapered coffin looks on me, or not tapered coffin, but like just like more tapered nails rather than wider square. So to get a more tapered square look for this customer, I did go in with some extra long coffin nail tips, and I just cut them down to a long length because she requested a long length, and they actually ended up being a perfect tapered square. Like, they actually look really nice and tapered square. They don't look super coffin in my opinion, because I did do coffin nails for her before as well with the coffin tips, and the coffin is just way more narrow towards the tip of the nail. So that's just a little tip. If you guys have customers that prefer more of a narrow look, try using some extra long coffin tips and cut them down to long or whatever length you need. And it is a really good way to get like a more tapered square look, because if I was to go in and try to shape the regular square tips to be more tapered, one, it would take me way too long to try to get them all even. Two, there's a possibility that they could look a little wonky because press-on nail tips are not meant to be altered like that. Like, if you really try to shape up the edges, there's a possibility you could shape off some of the part where that has to be covered by their nail bed, or that has to cover their nail bed, and then it's a possibility that, you know, the nail won't fit right. So it's just like risky doing all that and custom shaping nail tips, so that's why I prefer not to do it. I will do whatever I can to just kind of go a different route and alter the tips in a different way. So getting extra long coffin and cutting them down to get a more tapered square type of look is perfect. Honestly, this shape, even though these are coffin tips cut down, this shape right now looks really similar to my long tapered square nail tips. And the reason why I didn't go in with the tapered square nail tips, because the tapered square nail tips from enailcouture are very tapered square. They are not a wide square, so they're perfect for customers that like a more thin square. The reason why I didn't go in is because she wanted them a little longer than those. Those end up being way shorter by the time they're filed down and everything, because if you guys have been on my channel before, I do file my nails at the very end of the process once I'm finished with them to get a really nice crisp shape, and the nails will just end up being way too short for her liking. So this just worked out perfectly. And I know I'm rambling, but basically after I cured the base coat gel, I am going in now with my base color. I'm using number 17 from NAILSBLINGEDSUPPLY. I did one coat of that, and then I cured it, and then I'm going in with one coat of number 26 from NAILSBLINGEDSUPPLY, and this just gives it that perfect milky pinkness that I needed. And I don't remember if I ended up going in with 2 coats of this, curing in between, or just one. I can't remember, but as you guys can see, even just with one and one, like one coat of each, it's perfect. So it just depends on the opaqueness that you would prefer and what you like better. And I honestly prefer to not see the nail and the glue underneath. I feel like it would be better for my customers if you can't see the glue, because, you know, they're press-on, so you're bound to be able to see the glue eventually, or you know, unless you like are able to get all the air bubbles out. But sometimes, especially with customers, they might not know exactly how to do that. They just know to stick them on. So I prefer having a more opaque nail bed unless they instruct me otherwise and they want it to be more sheer. So this is basically how they ended up looking. They're really nice and opaque. They're not so sheer to where you could see through them. But this was where I realized that I severely messed up. I'm supposed to have milky nails, so like I didn't realize that I had painted all of them nude, and I need 2 of them to be milky white and like clear basically. So I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go back and redo those. So I took them off, I had to throw them away, and now I'm going to redo those nails. I'm grabbing the tips again, cutting them down to size, buffing them, base coating them, and then getting started on the design and everything. Or actually, I don't know if I base coated these, just because they're already going to be a little milky clear. But I'm basically re-putting them on and doing everything again because I messed up. This happens a lot, honestly, and I noticed that it will happen to me more like little mistakes like this, similar to this, like other types of mistakes, like where I'll do the design on the wrong hand or something. This will happen if I'm working on multiple nail sets at once. So I personally prefer to work on one nail set at a time. It is very rare that I will work on multiple nail sets all at one time and like work on them super quickly. Unless I'm really in a time crunch, I don't do that. I will just do one full set at a time because I notice that I will get very distracted or confused and I'll like mess things up. Like I'll do, like for example, if I was doing this milky nail set and then like let's say I was doing like a white or like I don't know, a pink French or something, I would accidentally put a pink French on this instead of a white French. You know what I mean? Like I'll do little mistakes like that, and then I'll realize once it's already cured, and then I'll have to go back and redo my mistakes, and honestly it ends up taking longer in the long run. So I prefer to just do things the right way first and just work on one nail set at a time. So what I did here is I did go in with some foil gel actually. So I felt like, I don't know, like my brain was thinking like, okay, foil gel works good to stick things onto it. I wonder if these 3D flowers would lay flat on foil gel. So I put some foil gel on, I cured it in the lamp for 30 seconds I believe, and then I put on the 3D flowers, and you guys can tell that it actually worked pretty good. Like there's only very few little parts that are not wanting to stick down, and I was actually surprised that the flowers are actually staying down. Like most of the flower laid flat on foil gel. So if you guys have foil gel, try out this method. It might work for you. I think it also depends on the type of flowers you have, because these flowers were a little thicker, but there is some other types of flowers that I've used before, the 3D dried flowers, that are thin, like super paper thin, like way thinner than paper actually. These flowers are a little thicker. They have like a little bit of like a color coating on them, and it makes them thicker, and I think that's why they were standing up on the nail. But if I had something super flat, I can really imagine that it would work great. But once I cured that, I did apply a base coat. Or no, once I cured that, I did apply the Milky White. So I'm applying the Milky White all over the flowers. And I did mix the Milky White with just a little bit of clear, because the Milky White is pretty opaque and I wanted you to be able to see the flowers underneath. You can see here, this flower looks really thick. You know what I mean? So it's not going to lay completely flat. This flower, on the other hand, is very, very thin. So you see what I mean? There's 2 different types of flowers that I've noticed that I've bought without realizing. So like the first one is really nice and paper thin. That would work perfectly. But the one on the bottom is way bigger. It looks like it's like almost painted with like a color. That one doesn't lay as flat as the other one. So I guess it just depends, you know. Try it out. But this method did work kind of good. I know that Votino has this product called Sticky. It's like a gel. I really want to buy it so bad because I know things stick to it like to lay flat. And I really want it because I want to do more 3D flower nails. I love encapsulating things, so I want to be able to encapsulate more stuff. But you can see here, this one was not wanting to lay as flat. I realized afterwards it was because I didn't cure the foil gel for long enough. So I'm going in with some base coat firsthand to make sure that there's like something for it to stick to. Then I cured the base coat. Then now I'm going in with the Milky White. So I'm playing around with it, going in both directions of the Milky White. I'm going up the nail and then twisting the nail around and then going down the nail. So that way it gets in all the crevices of the little flowers. And then now here I'm doing it again. So I just repeated this process 4 times essentially. And it worked great on some nails. On the other ones, some of the flowers didn't want to really stick. but honestly I loved it either way. It does turn out really pretty, but you guys will see what I do in a second to make sure that I get rid of the bumpiness. So this nail set is definitely a little bit of a labor of love. You just have to do a little more labor, like as in to get the finished product, but it turns out so pretty. So I'll just let you guys watch me do this for a second. So once the nails were pretty much done, like the flower nails, I am now going over it with one layer of just clear base coat gel. This is going to be what I use to essentially encapsulate. If you have some type of builder gel or like a clear rubber base, that would really come in handy for this moment. But this regular base coat worked fine, so I cured it, and then once it was cured, I'm wiping off the sticky layer because I'm going to be filing down these nails. So essentially when you go into encapsulate, I know if you guys are already like more advanced in nails, you guys would know this already, but when you go into encapsulate, your nails will definitely be lumpy, and there's like kind of no way around it. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm just using a file, and I'm just going over the nail and completely filing it to make it at least a little more even. There's certain places where bumps are higher than the others. I just want it to be as smooth as I can make it. It's also inevitable that you might file off some of the flour, but I promise you're not even going to be able to tell at all. So if you file off some of the flour, don't worry. And I'm going and cleaning it off as I go so I can really see how lumpy the nail is and if I need to file more. without there being dust everywhere. So whenever I wipe off the nail, I just use like either a little bit of acetone on a lint-free wipe or a little bit of alcohol, and I'm just filing the nails down basically. This nail file is very big. I'm running low on nail files. I need to take a run to the nail supply store soon, but I do still have some files left that I can use for at least the next week. But I don't know if you guys could tell, but I'm definitely under the weather. I'm sick, so I'm not going to be going out anytime soon. I don't like to go out when I'm sick. I just hate being outside, honestly. So until I get better, then I'll make a run to the nail supply store. I think I want to film like a nail artist day in the life video, and I can like go to the nail supply and then show you guys what I do like on a day that I work, but then also like do other things. So yeah, I'm just filing the nails and smoothing them out. I like to smooth them out with the buffer as well, because as you can see, this is a very, very coarse nail file. This nail file is actually from NAILSBLINGEDSUPPLY. I love it for longer nails and square nails whenever I have to file them at the very end, but I prefer the smaller files. These are just a little big. As you can see, it's like, because I use these type of stands where the nails are so close together, sometimes using a big file can get in the way. So once those were nice and smooth, I wiped them all down, and now I'm continuing on the rest of the nail set. So I'm going to be doing a white French on the other 3 fingers, which you guys will see. I'm just working one nail at a time, curing after each one, so that I don't smear it, because I'm very clumsy. Like, I'm so clumsy, I will mess it up. So, yeah, this is just a white French, and my favorite white gel polish is from Melody Susie. It is a silver bottle one. It's so good, and I get it from Amazon. So now I'm going to be going in with a shorter brush, and I'm going to be doing these little lace loop things. This nail set actually did have original inspo photo. I will put the original creator of this design down below if the photo does have a watermark. It's honestly hard. A lot of the times when customers will send me photos, a lot of the times they don't have watermarks. So there's no way for me to know who created it. But I don't put watermarks on my stuff either, so I don't really like think too much of it, because I don't get bothered. Honestly, this is like probably an unpopular opinion, but I don't get bothered when people recreate my designs. I don't really care if they tag me or not. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because I make designs and tutorials, both short form content and long form, so that people can get inspiration from my work and like just create. Like, honestly, I don't really get like super upset if people recreate my stuff. Because I don't know, I feel like if you're making tutorials for like a nail set, you're doing it because you want to show people how to do it, you know? That's at least my take on it. Like, so I don't care when people recreate my stuff, but I do always try to give credit anytime I can, because I know it does bother a lot of people. I have been yelled at before for recreating someone's things and not tagging them. So I always try to tag them whenever I can, but because I don't ever think too much about it, like with my work, I sometimes forget. But I try my best to remember any chance I get, because I know some people can like get mad about it. So I'm basically just going in and using my cyanacrylate glue from Amazon, and I'm going to be applying the pearls. I'm doing bigger ones in the center and smaller ones on the outside. And I love these little pearls. They're so pretty, but I always like to apply these with the stronger nail glue if I can, just because I don't want them to pop off. They do have like a shiny backing, so the cyanacrylate glue is very nice and strong. And after I apply this glue, like anytime I use this glue, I do have to use a nail glue dryer spray. So I use the Hurry Up nail glue dryer, and I do get it from eBay. And then I'm using the same glue to apply the bow in the center. I did buff the back of the bow as well, so that's not shiny, so that could stick better. And I put a good amount of glue, and I'm sticking it right on there. And I actually also wanted to update you guys on my Shein package, so I'm gonna actually check it right now because I haven't checked it. So the last time I talked to you guys on my video, the tracking did update and it did ship, thankfully. I was like worried that it wasn't. I did get a few items only. Usually it's weird because usually my Shein stuff, like all of it comes at once, like in a big bag. But this time it hasn't. The only thing that has came is like a few things, and I ordered like probably like 50 items. So I'm gonna see if the tracking has updated, because it says like that it shipped and that it's here in the US, but it's literally just, the last time I checked it, which was yesterday, it was just stuck. It just said shipping label created. Okay, yeah, it updated. Yes. Oh my gosh, I was so worried, you guys. I was worried that it wasn't gonna ship out or something. So it says my expected delivery is Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So I'm so excited about that. I'm actually editing this in real time, so sometimes you guys will see my videos and they'll be edited and I'll post it like a few days later. Sorry about that, you guys. But I'm editing today, Tuesday, April 15th, and I'm uploading it today as well. So hopefully my Shein package comes tomorrow. I'm going to definitely be doing an in-depth haul and explaining to you guys what I got and my ideas for each thing that I got, and like things I want to recreate or things that I want to recreate with it. That have a lot of ideas. Like when I go on Shein and see all the charms and stuff, I get like instant ideas, and it really like brings me out of like, it really gets my creative mind flowing, if you know what I mean. So I'm excited to see what I ordered, because I honestly forgot what I got, and I'm excited to show you guys as well. I also re-upped on some stuff because I don't know if it's true about the tariffs and everything, but I had ordered all this stuff because I got scared. I was like, am I never going to be able to order from Shein again without it being like $75 per item? I don't know. I got a little scared, so I ordered like a bunch of lint-free wipes, a bunch of buffers, and like things that I do use a lot for like my packages, my press-on nail packages. And then I also got a bunch of fun stuff, of course, which is charms and other things that I just have been wanting for a while. You guys can see there that I went around the bow with extra glue to really reinforce it. And now I'm going in and top coating the entire nail. Sorry you guys, I always end up rambling, and then by the time I'm done rambling, the video's like almost already finished. But I love rambling. I love creating short form content and long form. If you guys follow me on TikTok, but I do post all of my videos that are short form here on YouTube as well, on my YouTube shorts, so you guys probably see it regardless. But I love making short videos and I love making long videos. I love both. But I love long videos because I can connect with you guys more and really like talk to you guys about what is going on. And short form is just quick and to the point, basically just quick little tutorials. But I love doing little tutorials like that, honestly, because I get to create fun designs that I don't normally get to do for customers. Because for customers, I only create whatever they ask me to create, which is usually really trendy stuff. And I love trends, of course. but I like to sometimes just get my creative mind flowing and just really create whatever I'm feeling. And short form content allows me to do that. And anytime I'm doing long form content, I usually like to show you guys what orders I've created that week or orders that I'm creating for my customers. And then sometimes I'll throw in like some fun videos that I choose, like videos that I want to do. But yeah, like I might do some fun summer designs that I want to do. You know what I mean? Because I love like vacation nails and stuff, and I want to do more like that. But anyways, you guys, I've rambled and rambled so much. But after I was done top coating, I did make sure to top coat over the pearls. I did cure that twice just to make sure it's all fully cured through. And then this is how they ended up looking once they were filed. They are so beautiful. I honestly love them so much. They were a labor of love, like I mentioned, but they turned out amazing. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And if you guys want to be notified when I upload, hit the bell icon and it'll notify you. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!